Hello everyone. So I've gotten far, way farther than I thought I would be getting after I thought I would stop. One Piece is one of those things where I think I really can't get enough of it. It's one of those series. So in the small amount of time that I have in between, classwork and stuff, I've been, reading it. And I've gotten about chapter 573, 72? That's 72. And it's like, I just have this instinct feeling that Ace is not going to be good. That freeing scene was my favorite scene of all time, maybe the entire series, regardless of whatever happens the rest of this arc. I've gotten kind of a lot of the rest of the arc pretty much spoiled, but that was just beautiful. But anyways, I did the thing I wanted to talk about really though was Sabaody, and Sabaody, as an arc review, it's pretty good, but the thing is, it's a very strange arc because it's before Fishman Island when they were supposed to go, because they've been talking about it since Thriller Bark. And actually, they've been talking about it since Innie's Lobbies, so it was a linear path of them going there, but then it was like, oh, well, this floating weird island of Thriller Bark happened, and it's meh, material. It's an interesting arc in itself, but it had some great moments, like we were talking about before. And so now we divert to Sabaody, and Sabaody was kind of like, to me, it was a meeting merchant place, The kind of ended horribly, and just seeing Luffy lose all of his Nakama, I guess that means friend. I'm not really sure what Nakama exactly means, but seeing all of his crewmates like that just vanish and get sent somewhere else. Because at the time, we saw Perona get that same thing in Thriller Bark, but we didn't really understand what that meant, and now she's gone to a place, I think the same place as Zoro, because there was, I think somewhere in Marineford we saw that, I can't remember where, but it was somewhere. But anyways, that's the thing, we thought she died, and that's how crazy Kuma's powers were. And Kuma definitely, I'm not sure I really understand his character, because when he made all those people disappear, it seemed very much like the idea that he was doing it not out of malice, but really out of the Straw Hat's protection. To a degree, it's like saying, you guys need to be stronger, because they were all sent to specific spots, as we find out later. Like Nami is sent to a place that has to do with weather, and Zoro seems to be somewhere that he can train, and same with Usopp and all that. So everyone's in a specific training spot, which is pretty interesting. And Luffy gets sent to Amazon Lily, that we lead into that arc. But specifically, this arc has some just really crazy stuff. Like it's just one crazy thing after another, because we have the other admiral, and I can't stand Kizaru or balsamic vinegar or whatever his stupid ass name. I just can't stand him. I said the same thing about Kuma, and I've kind of warmed up on Kuma a bit. I still don't like his design, but he's definitely a better character than... This guy's just a cocky jerk, and he seems like, even in Marineford, he's just a cocky jerk, so definitely don't like him at all. Can't stand him. But, in this arc, we kind of get introduced to Rayleigh. He knows all the secrets of the world, but I guess I kind of understand why they wouldn't want to know the secrets, but Nico Robin's pretty interested. It's kind of her life goal. And then Luffy says, if you guys don't want to be on my crew, that's fine. If you want to know this information, basically, because otherwise I don't want to know how to get to Raftel. I don't want to know how to live, which is weird because he knows. I think he's already met a few people that's already been there, considering he's met Buggy, Shanks, and that guy from the beginning of the Grand Line. I can't remember his Croak or something like that, and he was like the doctor, supposedly, of the ship. So it's pretty interesting. There's so many knowledge bombs, and then we get the worst generation. I don't like Killer that much. X-Drake's pretty cool. He has the, Ancient Zone. and it's, you know, it's T-Rex. It's pretty cool, and also the fact that he used to be a Marine is pretty cool. And then they just sprinkle that little ace execution thing in for the second time. But already the characters introduced in this arc is a lot better than in Thriller Bark. You know, usually I have like a book, or I just show you the images as they're going along, but I don't have that for Sabaody. But really, Sabaody is one of those really interesting arcs that I think it gets forgotten because of the ramifications, like scenes are remembered, but not the arc itself. And just, you know, their mermaid friend that they were with getting captured, the beginning of it with Duval, the idea of Conqueror's Hockey. I knew that he had caught hockey because, or whatever it was before it was happening, because when he knocked out that Duval's creature, it was the exact same drawing as Shank's first scene, and that had to have been similar. And since they were talking about hockey when Shanks met Whitebeard a really long time ago, that just made a lot of sense. And Duval that looked like Sanjay was hilarious. You know, there's so many great scenes from that arc. And then, of course, you know, he just smashes that celestial dragon that was a complete jerk. They have such a cool name for being the biggest turd ever. He looks like a turd. St. Carlos or something. He's definitely a really not likable character. Same with Kizaru, in my opinion. He's pretty ridiculous. I mean, how do you even take down Kizaru? There's no way. I mean, I don't. These people, some of these people are hyped up so much that there's no way to stop them. You know, I don't see it unless they get imprisoned at the end of the series. There's no way they'll be stopped, defeated, stopped. You know, killed. No, not a chance. These pacifistas, not a chance. You know, they took everything they had and they just beat one of them. So it's definitely depressing into the arc, but the fact that it leads into a kind of a livelier, interesting arc in Amazon Lily, and then Impel Down, and then Impel Down I actually have some, I have a book from, so we'll start getting back on track in that. And Marineford's just really amazing. Definitely before the time skip here. Really interesting stuff. But Sabaody just introduces, you know, Law, which is one of my all-time favorite characters. Now, just from one thing, he's just so cool and laid back. He doesn't like. I don't know how much I really like Kid, but definitely has a really cool devil fruit. So definitely Saboody's a great arc. Or I mean, not a great, but in the terms of One Piece, it's good, but in terms of other stories, it's great. So it's just one of those things. So, yeah, if you like it, you know, do a like, do what you gotta do. See ya.